Hi, welcome to Histamine Health Coach, where we navigate life with histamine intolerance and find ways to feel our best. I'm Teresa, your histamine health coach, and today we're talking about flying, more specifically, flying with histamine intolerance. So, what do foods, fragrances, and stress have in common? Well, they can all make flying miserable, especially when you live with histamine intolerance. Over Memorial Day weekend, my husband and I flew from Chicago to Las Vegas. We were celebrating 13 years of marriage. And while it was a beautiful reason to travel, it also brought up a familiar challenge for me: flying. For years, flying has been a struggle for me. But let's make this clear. I don't have a fear of flying. I have a fear of vomiting while flying, as it has happened before, more than once. And when you live with histamine intolerance and mast cell issues, that fear isn't irrational, it's protective. Flying isn't just uncomfortable for those of us with histamine issues, it can be downright triggering. Why? Well, to begin with, cabin pressure changes can put stress on your body. The dry, recycled air can dehydrate you and trigger mast cell responses. Fragrances, from sanitizing wipes, perfumes, or seat materials, can overwhelm your system. Unexpected food exposures are everywhere, and safe options are rare. Turbulence, heat, and stress all push histamine levels higher. And, to put it mildly, a lack of control over your environment is exhausting and contributes to heightened anxiety and stress. Before histamine intolerance became part of my regular vocabulary, I flew weekly for work, and I had a routine that served me well at the time. I was always on a first flight out, and my airport breakfast was usually yogurt with berries and granola from a kiosk. I took a Xanax 30 minutes before boarding to calm my anxiety. Cheez-Its were always in my carry-on, and I depended on ginger ale for comfort and nausea. Why the Xanax? Well, because I have a very real fear of projectile vomiting on flights. It has happened before. I remember it like yesterday, one work flight from Baltimore. No Xanax, no ginger ale, and we circled the airport for what seemed like forever. I got sick everywhere. It was mortifying. That flight changed everything. It made my routine feel essential for peace of mind. These days, I don't take prescription meds. I mostly avoid processed foods. I drink tea or water, juice, and caffeine. I use breathing techniques when things feel unfamiliar. But before this trip, I worried, how would I fly without my old routine? I'm a different person now, so I need a different routine. Here's how it all went down, so perhaps you can relate. We left home around 8 a.m., and at the United Club Lounge, my stress was craving comfort food. So I had a sad blueberry muffin, skipped my regular iced coffee to try a new supplement my practitioner had previously recommended to calm my anxiety. It's called Serenity. My goal was to sleep, so eliminating my morning caffeine seemed like a great idea. As we boarded the flight attendant handed out sanitizing wipes. That familiar scent of cleansers hit me like a brick. And even if I hadn't used mine, everyone else had. So there was no avoiding that migraine trigger. In my seat, I practiced 4-8 breathing. You know the drill. Breathe in through the nose for 4 seconds and out through the mouth for 8 seconds. My face was beginning to flush, but I was able to stay calm. I had purchased a bottle of water for the flight, but my anxiety chose ginger ale. Sometimes my anxiety has a mind of its own and just needs comforting. That's what I refer to as a choice point. Make a choice knowing all the ramifications and just accept it. If there's a reaction, I'd recover and it would all be okay. Snack options, although I had Cheez-Its in my bag, I chose a chocolate treat that was being handed out. Unfortunately, that one was a bad call on my part because within minutes my lips began to burn. Parts of the flight were okay. However, I forgot to download a movie on my iPad. The in-flight entertainment is pretty good though, and the flight attendant handed out headphones. After a while, the headphones, and the cabin pressure were hurting my ears, and the loud engine was preventing me from hearing the movie anyways. So I always sit by the window, because it helps manage my equilibrium and occasional vertigo. So I had a chance to look out the window. The view of the Hoover Dam was beautiful, but then came the landing and a lot of turbulence. I just fanned myself with the safety card and kept breathing. By the time we landed, I was anxious, nauseous, my lips were burning, and my migraine had set in. But the optimistic part of me defined success as, yay, I didn't vomit. At the hotel, I took Excedrin, had some water, some fresh air, and a quick bite of food, and that helped. I felt better within about an hour. So here's what I did differently on the return flight. I downloaded a show on my iPad, ate a salad at the United Lounge, took Serenity, and drank my water. I won't lie, being in first class did help. But still, there was turbulence at first, so I practiced my 4-8 breathing and closed my eyes while listening to a familiar story on my sleep app. I asked for a cup of ice before landing, as ice helps reset the nervous system and for me, calm my body. Also, sucking on ice chips gave me something else to focus on. All in all, the landing was smooth and I was just glad to be home. Another successful, I didn't vomit, so it's all good flight. Here's what I learned though. Have the ginger ale. It's not about being perfect. Sometimes it's just about allowing yourself some grace. Be prepared. Your tools matter. Serenity, Excedrin, snacks, entertainment, and a bottle of water. My plan is to carry on the breakable ice packs next time I travel, as ice is great for calming the nerves when it's placed on the back of your neck or on your chest. Eat light. A little protein along with a light salad may help ease the stress on your digestion. Ask for what you need, even if it's just a cup of ice. You deserve support without guilt, without apology. Okay, now let's land this strong. Living with histamine intolerance is hard. Flying with it is even harder. I've learned to manage it on my own in my personal way. I've learned I can do hard things, and you can too. We may not always feel in control, but we can lean on our tools, our knowledge, and our resilience. The fact that you're still showing up, still traveling, still living your life, that's your strength. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to remember you're stronger than your symptoms. If you or someone you know struggles with flying due to histamine intolerance, please share this episode. Subscribe to my podcast, YouTube, or email for useful information about living with histamine intolerance. Or you can email me at teresa@histaminehealthcoach.com or read my blog at histaminehealthcoach.com. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind to yourself, and keep listening to your body. Have a great day. Bye.